Facebook ad class. So in this particular class, we'll be covering how to set up Google Ads conversion for both display, also for search, and also for shopping ads, most likely. So, but what are the things you need to set up first before you even get started? Number one is you need to have a Google account, preferably an existing Google account. Then the next one is to set up your billing. Then the third one is to link your Google Ads and your Google Analytics by going to analytics.google.com. And then the last thing is to set up the conversion tracking so that you can actually monitor people that comes to your website. You could actually track actions they take on your website. You could also have what? Event measurement, so that you can get a better optimization for your ad and also get a very good ad spend on your ad. So to get started, we're going to log into an existing account, or you could create a new account. But the one that is much preferable is to what? Use an existing account. So we are going to go into that right now. So sign in. So we're going to sign into existing Gmail account before we proceed to what? Setting up the Google Ads account. So we're going to sign in with the email and the password. All right, good. So the account has been signed in. So next is to go to gmail.com. So this will redirect me to the Gmail inbox. Just to confirm, I'm logging to the Gmail account I want to use. So here is the Gmail account for my email. So the next thing is to now set up the Google Ads account. To do that, you open a new tab and then you go to Google ads.google.com. Go to ads.google.com.
Where would I put my Gmail
Now the next thing is you could click on start now, or you click on what? Sign in to start. So let's click on start now to start creating the account. So this will bring us to our account. So if the account has already been set up, you'll be taken to your account. But if it hasn't been set up, you will not see this place. So I'll be switching this to a new account instead. So but if you are taken to this page rather than the one here, it means that you're about to what? Set up the account. So that means you don't have an account set up already. So here you will see all this advertising go, get more course, get more website sales, or sign ups, blah 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 blah. Or you could just select what? Get more website sales and sign up, and then you click on what? Next. Or better, you switch to what? Expert mode. Or better, you do what? Switch to expert mode. So you click on switch to expert mode, and now it'll take you straight into your ads campaign, because you don't want to be following the steps or taking the tour. So you want to do it yourself since you already know what to do. All right, good. So here is your ad account. So the first thing you want to do is to what? Set up your billing information. So you could go from here, and then you could go to app to see more, and then you could go to what? The Google Ads section, which will still redirect you to this place. So here we are going to choose an objective. So the next thing now is to what? Is to choose an objective. So if you have in mind to get sales, to drive sales to your online store or to your phone, you could select your sales objective. If it is to get leads and other conversations by encouraging customers to take action, you could select leads. Or if you want website traffic for people to visit your website, you can select what website traffic. And you also have brand awareness and reach. If you have an app to promote, you can also select what app promotion. If you also want people to visit your physical store or your local stores, you can also select what local store visit and promotion. But for this case, I'm going to choose what create a campaign without go guidance. Then much later we'll come back to explain more on some of these objectives. So I'm going to select create campaign without a go guidance, and then the next is to what select what display, which is the campaign type. So you have search so that your you can get in front of your high intent customers. Display actually to reach more people via the website, via the apps, and using a very good creative like an image or video. Then you use video particularly for YouTube ads in order to get what conversion. You also have apps campaign type. If you have an app, to drive your apps either on Google Play Store, on Apple Store, or any other stores to get more people to download and use your apps. You also have the smart campaign type to reach customers with a one-stop solution for small businesses. You also have the discovery for social strategy on Google's personalized feed. So more of your ads will be displayed on the feeds. Then you also have performance max to get conversion across all this. But these are new feature which you might not be able to do. Likewise, the shopping ads which I've already not connected, I will not be able to set it up now. So but that could be set up later. Also for the local cannot be set up for now. So but these other ones can be set up now. So we are going to use what display, and that will take us to the website where you want people to go after clicking on your ad. So you have to type in your website address where you want people to go. So it could be your landing page, it could be your front page address or the home page of your website. For instance, mydomain.com or mydomain.com/ maybe services, if it is leading them to a service page, or if it is leading them to a store page, maybe mydomain.com/ your store page. So whichever place you are leading them to will be the address that will be added here. Next, you add the campaign name. Instead of changing display one, you could put the name of what you want to promote. Maybe this is for real estate, you could put real estate. If this is for information marketing, you could put information marketing. If it is for anything at all, any kind of service, you could put it there. For this, it's gonna be snail farming. So you click on what? Continue. Alright, so here the display name still present us with this, so you just need to rename snail farming. Language. Alright, so the next thing now, we have languages. English is more preferred, but if you are actually setting up this ad to reach other people who speak other languages other than English, then you can also type in the language. Yeah, maybe you are Spanish people, you can also select Spanish, Dutch, you could select that, and so on and so forth. So just scroll down. French.
As many languages as
of course, yes, you could actually add more languages, German, Chinese, and all of that. So depending on the languages people you are targeting speaks. So the next one is the bidding. Okay, so the bidding, now you want to focus on high quality traffic, which is more preferable. So we want to focus on what? High quality traffic, and that is very important. So if you have already set up the conversion tracking, then you could also look at other methods like automatically maximize traffic, or you could set what? Bids manually. But if you don't want to do any of this, but which I still recommend using high quality traffic, you could also set up bidding strategy directly. Of course, it's not recommended, but you can actually go ahead to use that. So you have what? Manual CPC, that's the cost per click. You have the target CPA, which is the cost per action. Then you have the return on ad spend, maximize clicks, maximize conversion. So which is what I would advise you to choose once the conversion tracking has been set up. So you maximize what? Conversion, so that you can get more conversions. So the next is what? Budget. So going by the notes, sometimes you could have the bidding before setting up the campaign, but in this case we have the bidding after creating the campaign. So we'll do that all together. So the next thing is you set the amount you want to bid for your budget, so which is the amount you actually intend to spend per day. So say for instance you could budget $10 for your ads. Then here you have what? Currency. You have different currency. You have USD, you have Naira, you have, and so on and so forth. So but in this case I'm going to work with the USD currency. Next is what? Additional settings. So you click on additional settings for more bidding and ad schedule. So the first one is the ad rotation. How do you want the ad to move? So optimize it. Is better to what? To optimize it so that your ad can perform better. So if you don't want it to automate, it will just keep spinning around, and then it might actually waste your money. So the best is to leave it as what? Optimize, so that it actually shows to the right audience. Then schedule all day means your ad will run every day. So far you have fun added to it. Your ad will run what? Every day, or you decide to what? Purge it from the campaign. Or you could also set a specific time when your ad should run. Like clicking on ad, then you could select what? A specific days. Maybe you want it to run from Monday to Fridays, or you want it to run on specific days, like maybe on Mondays, and then you set what? The time it should start running, and then the time it should end. If you want to specify a particular day, you could specify a day, and then you also choose the time it should start and then the time it should end. But if you want your ad to run every day, you could just leave it as what? All days. So except you have to be manually turning it off. So that's why I'll be setting up the manual payment method, so that you don't leave your ads on and then you keep what? Overspending your budget. Because if you have to use the automatic method of payment, definitely you'll be getting debit alert from your bank once your ad is always on. So you might need to keep this in mind to schedule your ad, or use what? Manual payment method, which is what we'll be starting with. So like you can see, you can actually do all this with Google, unlike on Facebook that you could only set a specific duration of days and the time, and that is all. But here you can actually add a specific days. Maybe you want your ad to run on weekends, or you want it to run on weekdays, or on a specific day, and from what time to what time. So that is what you can do here. So in this case I'm not scheduling this ad because I want it to run. So the next thing is what? You also have the start and end date. You could choose the date you want the ad to start by setting it for a later date right here. So if you want it to start maybe on Saturday, you could set it to start here, irrespective of whatever days you are actually scheduled it to run from here. but it will actually start from this what start date that you've chosen. Also the end date, if you want it to end at a particular date, you select what, select a date here, and then you choose the month and the year. Let's say you want this to be like on April, you could scroll down, or if you want this to end by June, you could just scroll down, or September. Whenever you want it to actually end, you choose the date. So if you don't want it to end anytime soon, you select none so that it runs immediately. So the next is what devices, which devices you want to add to show. For me, I always love to specify the target devices. So preferably you could target mobiles and what, tablets. You could target mobiles and tablets because more people actually use mobile phones and tablets other than people sitting behind the computers. So you could actually specify this, but you could actually start out by leaving it as show all device for a start. Then much later you can now adjust the settings. So I'm going to leave it as show on all devices to see the performance of the ad first before changing it later on. So the next is what, the campaign URL option. So you want to click on the drop down. So but this one's is once we've set up our tracking, that is when you will be able to see all this there. So we haven't set up that yet, so we'll do that much later. You also have dynamic ads, but we are not going to be setting up this one because we haven't set up any catalog fields for this. So but the one that is concerned that concerns us is the conversions. So we want to work view through conversion, but we haven't set up this one too, but all this will be set up and then we'll come back to re-edit this ad. So content exclusions, what are the things you want to exclude on your ads? If you don't want track D, if you want sensitive social issues, profanity or rough language, sexually suggestive, you can actually set your ads not to show some of these things by selecting them. Content not yet labeled, if you don't want that and all of that. Packed domains, peradventure, depending on places you might be targeting. Then you have the digital content labels also. You also have the content type. But on these ones, you could set your ad not to show here, on live streaming, on embedded YouTube video, and also on a packed domain. So depending on where you don't want it to show, you could select all these options. So I haven't done that. We jump into next.